Quick test, quick test. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, how is this now? I'll just have to speak up. That's cool. Alright, let me go ahead and promote this so we can get this started. Alright, am I audible now? Was I muted the whole time? Are we good now? Are we good? Okay, sweet. We're good. We're golden. Okay. Alright. Matthew's side, all good and set up. And Vlad is live. Give me 1 sec to make my adjustment to what I was doing. Let's get Vlad set up. By the way, players, if you can hear me, welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is my first CT restream, so hopefully should be no worries. Just one more second to get your boards set up. Alright, I think we are set up, good to go here. Alright, welcome to CT1 between Matthew and Vlad. Both players will be starting on 18 the entire way by virtue of being put into CT1. The winner of this playing the winner of match between Dr. Knockers and 6464. This game also having a 39 halt or a 39 double kill screen if you think you're going to get that far. But I will also be... What's up? I will also be vigilant around level 39 or 330 lines. Are we doing SPS? If so, I will get you a seed. Alright, your seed for this game is 5 Delta 5974. And of course, since there is only one level to select from, neither of you have level select, necessarily. Though, if as much of it matters, Matthew would be considered the home player. Both players ready. Let me check seeds real quick. Alright, both players ready. Let's count down game number 1 here. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Vlad off to a 19 start. I will let them restart there on 18. Vlad, if you hear me, you can go ahead and start on 18. Don't have to increment your seed or anything. Alright, we are good. I got very worried by seeing the start there. I was like, uh-oh, very early top out from Vlad, but we are good to go. Both players off. Matthew at 7,000. Vlad set up for a Tetris. Vlad having to cover up the well right as a Lombard comes, but gets that one over for a Tetris goes to 24. Matthew, yet to see a Tetris goes to, is at 14,000. Matthew gets one. Vlad set up for a center well. Gets a long bar for it. Is set up again. Keeping it maintained and gets a good well transfer out of it. Vlad, 2 Tetris goes to 77,000. Matthew at 82,000. Matthew able to get a long bar over as a hee-ha-ha side mirror ad comes up. Matthew up to 105, Vlad 122. Lombard goes up to 131. Vlad gets one of his own, goes to 145. Vlad potentially getting set up in column 8. Gets a Tetris, goes to 169. Matthew needing to get the well uncovered. Ad goes away. Vlad set up again in column 8. Gets a long bar. 191 for Vlad. 139 for Matthew as he gets the well open. Covers it right as another long bar comes. Matthew with a bit of a cave here. An O-piece would do him very well. Gets a good eye in there, but couldn't get the tuck in on that J-piece. Vlad also in a bit of a pickle here. Vlad with a well open, gets a long bar open, goes to 249. Both players about halfway, a little over halfway to transition. Vlad goes up to 300,000. Matthew set up with a 3 high column 8 Tetris, needing the pieces to keep the well open. Can't maintain it as a long bar comes. Bit of a misshift on that square there. Ooh, but a J tuck. Matthew still not out of the woods at 200, Vlad at 324. Tetris for Vlad goes to 347, and is about 10 lines in the past relative to Matthew. Vlad 370 now. Matthew with a clean board, waiting on a long bar to come. Gets the long bar, goes up to 231. Vlad with a light Tetris of his own goes to 416. Vlad definitely having taken advantage of the extended dig situation by Matthew here. But Matthew back to a clean board as Vlad gets a Tetris. Within 30 lines goes up to 438. Matthew 29's now at 326. Sorry, 237. I am horrible at telling numbers. Vlad able to get pieces over that left spire. Matthew with another well-needed Tetris. 7 lines left here for Matthew. Bit of a dicey setup going into transition as Vlad gets another Tetris. Vlad 13 lines to go. Matthew still set up high. 2 lines to go. Matthew transitions 293 and will top out immediately after Vlad at 516. We'll go into 19 at 540. Vlad, not belaboring the point anymore, goes on, takes game 1. Matthew at 6e with a sloth. Both players ready. Well, let me not. Both players on the same seed. Now both players ready to kick off game number 2 here. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players off. Both players set up. Matthew the first to get a Tetris. Oh, with a misplacement of that T-piece there. Gets a Tetris though. Matthew, one of his own. Tetris for Matthew goes to 95,000. Vlad up to 78,000 now. Up to 101 off of that Tetris. Matthew, though, responds with a Tetris of his own. Vlad set up. Lombard comes. Matthew having to use the Lombard to get Tetris ready. Vlad, unless they find a J, will be doing the same thing if a Lombard comes. Vlad now heavy J dependent. Gets a J piece as another J dependency. Switches it over to an L dependency. Now a straight up I dependency. Piece is coming for Vlad. A piece too late. Matthew gets the T-tuck on the side. Vlad set up. Matthew Tetris, Vlad Tetris, both players up to, well, I say that, Vlad with a double Tetris goes to 202, Matthew 175 here. Silly me, I forgot to give Vlad the point from the, oops, wrong person as well. I'm off my game. Tetris for Matthew, 223, Vlad at 229. Both players currently matching each other, but Vlad needing a J or an L to open up the well. Sorry, J or an I to open it. I comes for Vlad, goes to 254. Matthew with a good burn as Lombard comes goes to 253. Vlad in the meantime 277. Both players about halfway to transition now. Matthew and Vlad both actually about 230, about 300,000 points, but Vlad up to 323 off of a Tetris. Vlad up high now, needing something over to the right, is able to get a Lombard over, brings the stack down with 2 Tetrises, goes to 368, Matthew 302, waiting on a Lombard to appear. Gets a Tetris, goes to 328, gets another, goes to 351. Matthew behind by a Tetris here. Vlad up to 400,000. Matthew needing something to get this stack rebuilt. Vlad with a Tetris goes to 423. Matthew, column 9 Tetris at 329. Sorry, 379. I promise I can count. Vlad 446. Matthew sees the burn opportunity. Gets the board brought back down. Vlad, though, with a Tetris goes to 468. 18 lines to go. Matthew, about 20 lines left. Matthew with another hee-ha-ha side mirror ad. Vlad getting set up but filling the well. Vlad with a Tetris, but a bit of a dicey board after that. Not impossible to get cleaned up, but also not helpful. Both players within 10 lines. Vlad, the dicier board heading into transition. Vlad transitions 526. Matthew still waiting on a long bar. Has the pieces to keep the well managed, but is getting a dicey, can't get it over. Vlad will top at 534 and will take game number 2. GG's there. Seed goes up 7F. Vlad at match point here. Matthew needing to all now force a decider to stay alive. Both players ready on 7F. Let's count down match point here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. JLO the start should be a bit more of a forgiving start as both players early to slam down a Tetris. What's up, Junior? Welcome to the stream. Cheering on the underdog Matt here. Tetris for Vlad goes to 69,000. Matt, dicey setup here. Get a Tetris and a J Tuck. Is set up now, waiting on a long bar to come. Gets one, goes to 93. Ahead only by a few hundred points. Matt with some awkward weight over the well. Vlad, a Tetris goes to 139. Matt gave the well uncovered. Needs to resolve that Mino of garbage. Vlad now also getting a bit precarious. Matthew 126, Vlad 149. Matthew able to manage these pieces. And Matthew will top at 131. Vlad, you are good. GG's. Well played nonetheless, despite the showing. Not a problem. Thank you for allowing me to get more experience in restreaming. Catch me in about 40 minutes time for Pumpy v. Brian in the CD12 Div 5 semis. But let's see. Who can I send the 4 people to that are playing Tetris? Is anybody playing Tetris right now? I don't know. Can't really send it to anybody, so I'm just gonna end this, get the VOD, and report it. See y'all.